After the success of our previous theory about Brook's awakening, almost 1.5 years later, we had to do another theory which relates to him. Again, with my best friend Legendary Anime, let's go back more into Brook's past. We present to you Green Bull's real name. Enjoy the video. Green Bull's real name, The Lost Comrade by Legendary Anime. Hi everyone, Flying Panda, please support this channel by clicking like on this video and subscribe if you haven't. Marine Admiral Ryogoku, also known as Green Bull, has been a mystery for some time now and has still yet to have had his true identity revealed. But why? Why is Oda keeping him so secret? Even when he makes his first appearance in the manga, he's kept hidden and drawn as a dark figure as so to hide his design. Of course, it's not uncommon for Oda to do this. After all, he did the same with Big Mom and Kaido before their full reveals, but unlike them, Green Bull has yet to even had his true name revealed. Even Fujitora refers to him by his codename, and they're on good terms, as it's seen they get along, and Green Bull even goes against Akihino's order to have Fujitora removed from Marijoa. As it stands, it's almost next to impossible to identify Green Bull, and it's pretty much left to our imagination to even guess what he looks like. But what if we already seen him? What if he has already appeared in the story? Who we have in mind is purely based on logical thinking and a small amount of research into this character, and like always, a fair bit of speculation. The codename Green Bull is the only clue we have, but even so, we believe based on that name we can uncover his true name. What do you think, Legend?
Former pirate and captain of the Rumbar pirates, Captain Yorki. What's happening, guys? Legendary Anime here. Yorki was Brook's former captain and believed to have died 50 plus years ago after catching an incurable disease which infected half of the crew. Not wanting the rest of his crew to catch the disease, he makes the choice to take his ship with the infected members and sail out of the Grand Line via the calm belt in the hopes of finding a doctor who could help. This of course was nothing more than a kind lie he told his crew in hopes to boost their morale, but even himself and Brook knew that entering the calm belt was a death sentence. Naturally, it's unclear what happened after Yorki and Brook departed ways, as Brook can only tell of what he knew or he can recall from that time. The only news was that it was reported by the Navy that the Rumbar pirates ship was sighted trying to leave via the calm belt, which they made out to be an act of cowardness.
But here's where we enter. The disease that infected them was due to the crew entering a forest on an unknown island. The disease itself, as shown in the anime, shows it infected the men with green patches that was spreading over their skin. This disease resembles that of the tree fever, the same disease that infected many islands in the Grand Line 400 years ago. The same one that Mont Blanc Nolan cured Jaya from. While botanists like Nolan knew of the disease and how to cure it, it's not to say that they rid the world of the disease or even knew of every island that harbored it. And even the same could be said for doctors. They may have or not known about it, and even if they did, they would need Conan to cure it, which wouldn't be easy to find. But let's assume for a moment that Yorki did find help and was cured. I mean, after all, we didn't see him die. Sabo. And just because he was dying doesn't mean he is dead. Now, we do have an idea of who and how he was cured, but before that, let's go over some connections that leads us to assume that Yorki is Green Bull. Yorki's appearance 52 years ago was quite simple. However, he did sport a green captain's jacket and wears a cowboy's hat, which automatically makes green with cow or bull. What's more was his pirate flag. As we know, pirate flags generally relate to the theme with the captain, and Yorki's flag was that of a skull with bull horns. Even the head of the ship was that by bull's skull. For this flag to relate to Yorki means he was Or is a cowboy, which only becomes clearer with his choice to wear a cowboy hat instead of a pirate captain's hat. Notably, he did first appear with a pirate's captain's hat, but Oda then changed it. Is this Oda's foreshadowing? This might be small evidence, but given that we have little to work with, it's the best we can do, but it's not unreasonable to see the connections. Now, for the motive. What would lead Yorki to turn his back on the life of a pirate and join the Marines, or even later decide to take a position as a Navy Admiral? This could be due to events leading up to his time of death. Perhaps it was out of gratitude if, say, he was saved by the Marines. Again, let's assume he made it into the Calm Belt. That's pretty much the end, as no ship besides the Marine ships can sail the Calm Belt, so he would be stranded. But Green Bull does make a reference to Vegapunk. How is Old Man Vegapunk? He asks for Jutora. That question and the way he asks it seems to suggest he's familiar with Dr. Vegapunk, and even on friendly terms with him, and must refer to him by his formal title, Doctor. It's possible that Vegapunk knew of the disease and how to cure it, and being in the service of the Marines would be aboard Marines passing through the Calm Belt. Now, it's a question of time. Yorki entering the Calm Belt was 52 years ago. Assuming Vegapunk is quite an old man now, it's possible he was there 52 years ago. But what if it wasn't that long ago? What if it was something like 20 or 30 years ago, or even less? How did Yorki survive so long? And more to the point, wouldn't Yorki be in his 80s or 90s now? We of course have no idea how old Green Bull is, but we would assume he's not as old as an 80-year-old man. But how then is he not?
It is now that could have led Yorki to his decision to abandon his pirate life and become what he is now. He literally went insane from dying and reviving. Now you might be wondering how. Brook is the one with the revival devil fruit, so how could Yorki revive himself? Well, it could be due to the nature of Brook's devil fruit itself, as it's never been made clear just how it really works and if the user has the power to revive other people besides the said user. Yorki and Brook's last moments together were of Brook playing Yorki's favourite song, Binks' Sake, but in the slow and sad melody. I've said before in a past video that Brook's devil fruit power is enhanced by his music, as music has the power to reach into a person's soul. It could be that Brook, unknowing to himself and even Yorki, at the moment that song transferred an effect of Brook's devil fruit power into Yorki, granting his soul the chance to revive. And as such, when Yorki, stranded in the Calm Belt, unable to move due to the disease, died and revived over and over again. Remember that Brook died in the Florian Triangle, which was a place thick in fog, which made it hard for anyone to see where they were going, which led Brook's soul to wander for years before he found his body. But this might not have been the case for Yorki, because if his body wasn't like Brook's, hidden in fog, his soul would have no problem finding it, no matter how many times he died. The thought of dying and reviving over and over again would be enough to drive anyone mad or insane. The sheer pain alone and the fact that you can't do anything about it would be too great for any person to bear. This could explain why Green Bull can go 3 years without eating. He may have gone many more years than that without food due to being stranded in the Calm Belt. This of course would lead to Yorki being somewhat immortal, as he doesn't need to eat, and if he was given the power to revive, could die, then just be reborn yet again, leading to Brook being the one and only person who can release him from this curse. Even if Brook did unknowingly place this curse on Yorki, it doesn't mean he could do it for anyone else, as he wouldn't know how he did it in the first place, or perhaps it was a one-time deal. But in the end, this could be what led Yorki to join as a Navy Admiral. He may wish to seek revenge for what he may believe is a curse and all the years he had to suffer and endure because of what Brook did to him. Remember, Green Bull joined or took the position as Admiral during the 2-year time skip, the same time Brook became publicly known as the Soul King. Yorki then realising for the first time in so many years that Brook was indeed still alive. Maybe he seeks revenge on Brook and thinks by killing Brook, he too can rest in peace.
Mind-blowing, right? Thanks to Legendary Anime for being there for me again. Please do your comments down below. Please click like, and if you haven't, please subscribe to Flying Panda and join our Discord. And don't forget, it's just a theory.